Right, hello everyone, and welcome to the first video from CJK Sport Talk. Today we're going to be going through the Premier League fixtures that have just happened. So the weekend just gone, just before the international break. So first game just before the international break. So my name's Kai. I'm one of the people who's going to be doing a lot of the videos. I'm joined by Chaz and I'm joined by Josh as well. We're going to mostly be on the videos that are going to be coming up. So hopefully you enjoy. So we'll start off. First game. Let's start off with the. Let's start off with the City versus West Ham at the bottom here. Well, what else can you say?
Why do we have to start with these lot?
Yeah,
What else can you say but Erling Haaland?
not human.
No, he's not human. He's not human. I've said these from
He's
when he
he's
was
he's Man City's goal machine that helps them win games and wins the league. Practically.
in my opinion, he's better than Mbappe.
I
Uh,
swear.
I think I'd agree with you. That's a conversation for a different day. It's a whole
Yeah,
other subject.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
West Ham put up a bit of a fight.
Might as well start the debate going because Ronaldo and Messi won't be playing anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, just Man City in general. I mean, the only way they're not going to win the league is if the 115 charges comes to fruition.
Yeah, but that's in May. That's when the season ends.
Yeah, we just got to hope that it does happen. But other than that, they're a machine. Haaland's a machine. He's gonna.
Yeah, but we all know how Man City plays. Beginning before the winter break, they always fall off form, don't they? And then come January all the way to May, that's when they go on like 58, 59 streak win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. What else can we say? Pretty easy win for Man City.
Um,
I watched that game. Just
it was a pretty easy game, and I'm just hoping those 115 charges FC get what they deserve.
next up,
But
we've got Nottingham Forest versus Wolves.
Big up Nottingham.
I think Wolves are going to struggle this year.
yeah,
Oh,
I feel they will. Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
It's been coming for a while.
it has.
I don't see much about them.
Yeah,
They
Very
haven't got
very
good
good
players.
goal.
They haven't got good players like they did have when they first joined the Premier League.
true.
No, I mean they did. It was a very nice goal that they scored. Wolves.
Mm,
Um, Forest got unlucky with an offside goal. Um,
yeah.
but I think they're two of the teams that are going to be fighting relegation, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't really write any team out realistically yet because one, the new league has just started. Number two, it's football, and in this day and
No,
age, like anyone can win because look at you, like say the big team playing the little team, yeah. Like the underdog can easily win any game. Do you know what I mean, it's possible. We've seen it before with Brentford and Man City before. So
no.
we've just got to see what happens.
I see Wolves are struggling, yes, but I still think
Yeah,
they need the team to stay up.
yeah. You can't really write them out just yet. Because there's still Southampton, there's other clubs that can fall apart. Hopefully, Man City's one of them. But
I know one club, but I know Kai wouldn't like it.
You're not going to say it.
I know he's gonna say he's gonna say
You're not
Ipswich.
saying it.
Yeah, he's gonna say Ipswich, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. But
So
onto the next game. Swiftly moving on from that. Aston Villa. How about them? What are we thinking on Aston Villa this year?
I feel like they're strong
Cheating
side.
mugs. Cheating mugs.
I feel
I
like they're
don't like them.
feel like they're gonna be like fighting the season. Not only have they got the league, they've got the Champions League as well,
No,
as
you
well as
don't.
us.
Right, my opinion on Villa, they'd be fighting for top four again because they've got great strikers, great
Yeah.
defenders. Let's be honest, a great goalkeeper.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
want to say to you, when you said to me, when you just said, yeah, great striker, I was laughing in my head because what did they do against Arsenal?
yeah, but that's because how many times were we close?
Yeah, exactly, true.
Yeah,
But,
I think Villa are going to have a good season again. I don't think they're going to get top four again. That's too much of an ask with a Champions League football. They've spent the money well.
I'm
They're a
gonna get
team.
top four again.
they're a team that I definitely look up to, obviously as a town fan, and think they were where we were. You know, they were in the championship, gone up. Well, not exactly because they weren't in League One, but they were championship, went up to the Premier League, sold Jack Grealish for 100 million, invested well into it, and look where they are now. But they play really good football. I thought that
They
free kick
do.
that they did, really creative. Poor defending by Leicester. I think Leicester again another team that are going to be struggling, and they're going
I
to
Yeah,
don't think Liverpool will struggle. I think they'll get at least 15th. As soon as
they'll
they
be like
kick on, as soon as they kick on, as soon as Vardy kicks on, then I'll say they'll get 15th.
they'll be a mid-table finish team.
yeah. I think they could be, um, but we'll have to see how the season plays out. But currently, Leicester aren't playing bad football.
No,
Aston Villa though, really good,
yeah,
looking really good.
yeah.
On to here's my favourite game, so of the weekend. Obviously, obviously, I attended this game, Portman Road. Obviously, my local club. Um, now I tell you what, we we played really really well.
No, to be
Mm.
fair, respect to Ipswich, like your first game was against Fulham, you played well against them. It was just
Yeah,
unlucky your shots away. You played well
Yeah, well,
against City. I
against
thought
Liverpool
you
we
had
didn't play
City
bad.
coming. I thought
Against
you had
City we didn't
City.
play bad,
yeah.
and
But
it
that's a
was
good thing though for you because you don't exactly when you look at those games, you think like newly promoted Ipswich versus a big Man City team or a big Liverpool team, they're going to get battered. But you actually played well.
do you know what, it's quite funny actually because we'll get on to the Liverpool Man United game. Man United at home conceded more goals to Liverpool than we did in our first game back in the Premier League in 22 years.
Now, to be fair, when I watched Ipswich Liverpool first game, the atmosphere in the ground was
Portman
phenomenal.
Road's electric.
Yeah,
The atmosphere is
phenomenal.
incredible. And that
Yeah,
was my first, that I say that now, that's my first ever time seeing Ipswich score in the Premier League live, or actually ever.
damn.
Yeah, it
Because we
was
scored against City. Obviously, I wasn't at that game because I didn't go City away. But that was my first time seeing it. And what a strike it was by Delap. But also, I don't know if you're aware of obviously Rory Delap, the long throw for Stoke.
Mm.
Liam Delap plays for us, the striker. He's
Mario Hutchinson.
Rory Delap's son, who plays for us.
Got Mario, let's be honest, you got Mario Hutchinson as well, and he's actually quite a decent player.
Yeah,
I mean, I could do an in depth. I could talk for hours about Ipswich, but we'll move on to
yeah.
game of the weekend. The Everton Bournemouth game. Everton
They're
2,
going down. They're
87.
done. They're done.
Mm. Yeah,
They're done. Oh, sorry. I hate fucking Everton. Get rid of them. Please finish 20th. I don't fucking like you. Get the
bro,
fuck in the Premier League.
bro,
Build your stadium, play in the championship with it.
bro. Is it because you don't like them as a team, or is it because their accent?
Both.
I agree.
Arrogant bastards.
I
Hmm.
mean, talking on a footballing point of view, Bournemouth look very good. Um,
They do.
not in the whole game, but just in general, the points they're picking up, the games they're playing. I mean, Everton were
Yeah,
2-0 up in the 87th minute, and you go and lose 3-2. They haven't got a point on the board. They're
yeah,
just they're in absolute disarray.
yeah. I'd agree. Like, but the fact is, with Bournemouth, they've got to get these points because otherwise, if they don't, like, they're gonna get hit badly, like with so much shit because look at the teams in the season. Everyone's coming in hard. West Ham, for example, which I mean, like you've got to win these games or even get these uh draws. You have to do what you have to do in this league because it's
Well,
either way or the hard way.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those.
For
Like,
me, Everton will go down. They've had like so many luck, and I think their luck's going to run out now.
it
yeah.
depends
But
on whether he gets the point deduction.
we can't really cut them out just yet because like
I will
it's still a
buy them
long
now.
way.
They do
It's
it
still
every
a
year.
long way
They
I
do it
will buy
every year.
them.
Every year, Everton do
every
it.
year. Oh yeah, they do. But I'm just saying, like, we can't really cut them out just yet because the league has just started. Do you know what I mean, it's one of those where like there's still months and months and months of football left. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna judge them when it's maybe like 2 months to go, maybe.
yeah,
No,
yeah. I agree.
no, I say for me, build your new stadium, fuck off to the championship.
Moving on to Brentford Southampton. Southampton just look awful.
They do look awful this season.
I
I
mean,
expect them to.
the defending for that game is some of the what I've seen better at Sunday League level. I've seen better,
Yeah,
you know, when I was playing as a kid, I've seen better defending that. You know, I
yeah,
mean, what are you
yeah,
doing? Holding the ball. I mean, Muric, Ipswich's goalkeeper, did it against City. Held the ball for too long, which you can do in the Championship. You don't get away with it in the Prem. It doesn't happen.
yeah, yeah.
You do that in the
There's
Prem,
these
you're done.
there's these things where you can get away with it in the Championship or League One, but in the Prem, it's a bigger league for you. It's like you've got to be doing better.
There's a whole different kettle of fish, and I think Southampton, they were in the Premier League for years and years. They obviously only went down a couple seasons ago, gone straight back
Hmm.
up, but
Hmm.
they just look worse than what they did than they ever
I
have.
Yeah,
don't, they've not really made that well. I mean, Ramsdale, I would love to see Ramsdale. I'll be hated if Southampton go down and Ramsdale goes down with
Well,
him.
that
I'll
would
be
be
yeah,
hated.
Ramsdale's third relegation.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
It'll be
I mean,
harsh for
I
him.
mean,
It
I
would be
mean,
harsh for him.
let's be real with him. Yeah, Ramsdale going to Southampton. Sorry, I'm happy with Southampton than any other club. I'll be so real, but I feel like do good there as long as work as a team because we know
See,
We know what Ramsdale can produce in
the way
goal.
Southampton are playing right now is not suitable for Ramsdale. For me, it should be back at Bournemouth right now.
I mean, not being
Yeah,
funny, like we know what Ramsdale can produce with saving goals. We've seen it for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean, for seasons. So, I'm just hoping he has a good season with them. But like you said, he could have gone to Bournemouth. He could have gone to other clubs, but he chose Southampton. And we do know Southampton does have a bit of a soft spot for him, doesn't he? Because he
exactly.
was there supporting his mate, and his announcing video from Southampton was in that Harry Potter outfit,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Hybrid.
So
Yeah,
I feel like as long as he's happy and he's getting the game time, that's all I
yeah,
care
that's
about
the
because
game plan. Like, for me,
he lacked that Arsenal from time to time, and
yeah, for the way
we don't know
we
what happened, but
let's be honest, Ramsdale was great for us before we signed Reyes. So the way we treated
yeah,
him was a bit unfair, not playing in any games at all, not
yeah.
even Champions League.
I feel like we should have gave him a bit more respect because not being funny, he helped us nearly win the league versus Man City. Do you know what I
And he
mean?
helped
We took
Arteta, for me, he helped Arteta stay in a job.
you're moving on to a whole
yeah,
different subject
exactly.
now.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying though, with Ramsdale, like with him at us, like
it's a
he
whole
helped us
different
nearly
thing.
win a
Him
league.
playing at
Yeah, exactly.
Southampton is completely different to how he played at Arsenal. But wider picture, Southampton don't look good enough. Brentford look very good, even without
Hmm.
Ivan Toney. They look good. But
Yeah,
this game, I can see us having a bit of a long one about this one.
yeah. But I feel like Ivan Toney that there was he was an important player for them.
Yeah. So
Somewhere we didn't splash
we're
the
gonna
was.
move on to the Arsenal versus Brighton game now.
Oh,
Oh,
right. Chris Kavanagh, you
here we
are
go.
a
Language needs to be kept at a minimum.
Oh.
don't like Chris Kavanagh. These referees, whole shebang needs to be
That
investigated.
was the
I promise
worst
you.
referee. That was the worst referee performance I've ever seen, and that was the worst red card I have ever seen in my
Yeah.
entire
When I
life.
was watching it at the pub in Ipswich, right? I was watching it at the pub in Ipswich, and I see Joel Veitman. He kicks out, right? He kicked Declan Rice. I went, oh, he's in trouble here. He's
Yeah.
in
It's not
trouble.
just that. It's not just that.
He's
It's
going to
the
be sent
throwing
off.
as well. It's the
And then
throwing as well.
not only that is the ref. I mean, let's go over it. I'll go over the actual rules of the game. Right, one, the ball was rolling. You can't take a free kick when the ball is rolling.
He
Two,
didn't even bloody kick it.
two, it wasn't taken in the correct position. He kicked it 5 yards in front of where the foul was given. Cannot take it from there. Three,
Hmm.
he kicked Declan Rice. It touched Declan Rice on the back of the
That,
foot, and he
that,
kicked
that
it
much.
a yard.
Mm. But that's the thing, though. Like, this is what a lot of things like saying, "Oh, Arsenal fans blame the referees." It's not that. It's that the fact is we just want them to be consistent with us because not being funny.
There is
How
no
many times?
consistency.
How many times have it cost us? Like points. VAR costs us points during seasons, and
Exactly.
these referees need to be consistent. Even VAR, like for me, VAR is just run by useless referees that's been on the pitch.
I mean,
Exactly it.
we can
It's not
talk
the
about
techno. It's not
we can
the
talk about it.
technology.
We can talk about it for the whole day. Whole rest of this. We can talk about how ridiculous of a decision that was. But talking on the match point of view,
Mm.
I thought defended really well. Arsenal defended really well. Havertz scores again, 60 million down the drain. Um, you know,
To be fair, Raya as well, making
yeah,
saves.
he's always making these critical saves, as well as
Yeah,
I think Saka again. He's one of the most underrated players. I'm not
he
saying that
is.
just as like from a biased point of view. I'm saying it like
Yeah,
people say,
outside perspective.
"Oh,
Yeah,
Saka's Havertz,
Let,
Saka's this,
let's just
Saka's
be
that."
honest. Let's just be honest. Media and other fans ain't going to take Saka seriously until he wins the league or Champions League with Arsenal. Then that's
Exactly,
when people start saying
exactly.
he's world class.
yeah. But the fact is, you've got to give him his due. He's done. He's performing well for Arsenal. He's not only for Arsenal. He's doing it for England internationally as well.
All we
You
needed
know.
for Saka was that one tweet that he put out during that season where we was
Yeah,
doing badly.
yeah,
And we deserve more.
yeah. Like going back onto the Rice thing, red card. Yeah, so many like pundits and like so many people have said, like, God, that is a stupid red card. Even John Terry came out and said it was a
Yeah,
stupid red, and it was. I'm not being funny, yeah, but the Brighton player kicked it 30, 40 yards, yeah, and the new rules was from the season was if you kick the ball out, you get a yellow, yeah. The
It's straight.
Brighton player did
There's always been that
The
against
Brighton
Arsenal.
play the Brighton player did that. Directly,
yeah.
Mikel was
João
right
Pedro,
there to view
João
it
Pedro.
exactly. And what did he get? Nothing. But Rice gets a yellow card. One sec. Fuck. Sorry, one sec. Sorry. So yeah, the Rice
Rice
gets
gets a
booked.
first yellow, which is
Rice get a first yellow within the
and then he
first
gets the
half,
second yellow.
and then
An
and he gets
idiot.
a second yellow for the ball away. But the Brighton player rolled at his foot and it touched him on the foot.
Yeah.
You'll send him off
Well,
for what?
we'll move on. We'll move on from that because, like I say, we can talk. But
Yeah,
I thought Arsenal played really well. Havertz again good. Saka again good. Brighton look
yeah,
very, very good this season as well. I think they're
they
going to
do.
finish top.
Oh yeah, I never thought it would be an easy game. I've said to so many
No,
people, it's going to be an easy game. It never will be.
no,
If we get
Top six
Brighton
yeah,
now,
for
it won't be
Brighton.
easy at all.
But
yeah.
we'll get on to well, quite a funny one really. We'll get on to Man United versus Liverpool and what
Casemiro out the door. Ten
what
Hag's
has
in the
happened
back.
to Man
That's fine.
United. They 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 never seem to be able to kick on and do
Same old.
big things.
Same
Yeah.
old.
Since
Ten Hag
Fergie has
at the
left,
wheel.
they've never been able to push on. And Man United are closer to teams like, us, Ipswich, and teams like, Wolves and Forest than they
Yeah,
are Arsenal, City, and Liverpool.
yeah.
In my
Ten Hag at the wheel.
in my opinion, if Man United are not in the top four race by December, Ten Hag will be sacked.
Yeah, I don't want him to because there's a
Yeah,
certain manager that they're going to be going for if he leaves. And I don't really want to see Kieran McKenna leave Ipswich, to be honest. So, Ten
yeah.
Hag in. I'm very much Ten Hag in.
Ten Hag at
I
the wheel.
don't
At
want to
the
see Ten
wheel.
Hag go
Ten Hag
anywhere.
at the wheel.
So basically Liverpool looking really, really good. Very good.
We
Yeah,
all
but
knew, we all
but
knew,
that's Liverpool though, innit? That's Liverpool for
Salah
you
we all
because
knew,
looks incredible.
we all knew after one bad season they had with Jurgen Klopp. We knew last season they were going to bounce back. They were in that three
They
horse
didn't do
race.
bad last season.
Exactly, they were in
they
the three
didn't.
horse. They were in the three horse race, and then obviously this season, new manager, new tactics. Everyone's going to try and figure out what the tactics are
Yeah,
again, like they
exactly.
did with Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
I think yeah, Liverpool again look really good. Arnie Slot doesn't look like he's out of place. Um
no.
I know you two definitely I definitely laughed a little bit as well. The next game on here, I think you know exactly
Oh
where I'm
yeah.
going with this.
Oh yes.
Newcastle against Spurs.
Oh, good. Get bastard
Mate, these
anywhere
top,
they
you know
go.
what? Before the season started, I have Tottenham mates, and they were going to me. We were close last season to win the league. We're going to do great this season. We're going to win it. I was like, bitch, please, you finished fifth and you drew to Leicester. Shut the fuck up.
Tottenham don't look any better than they did last
They,
year.
It's
it's
funny.
always the same story. Get hyped up for the season and then crumble.
Exactly.
I'm
But
not being funny yet. Every time they've been to St James's Park
they've
in the
They get
last
lost.
three,
mullered.
four meetings, they've
They
lost.
get mullered.
I think again,
Battered.
without the bias coming in on how much we all hate Spurs, Newcastle. I don't like Newcastle either, but
I respect Newcastle. I
I
really
don't
do.
respect them
Same,
because
same.
one, the Saudi money. I just don't respect it. Two, I just don't like their fans. But moving on away from that, I think they look a really good team. Now,
They
for me
do.
personally, the only part about Newcastle I like is Nick Pope because he's from the town that I live in. That's
Well, there's everyone used to obviously know my favorite player in the Newcastle team is who I want at Arsenal, Alexander Isak.
yeah. But again, Isak looked really good. I thought again Newcastle going forward. We all thought Anthony Gordon. We all thought he was this. I just
Next big thing.
well, no, no one respected him. No one really gave him any respect.
No.
Or when he moved from
Mm.
Everton, everyone thought Ellen the DeGeneres has just popped up out of nowhere. Um,
Yeah.
but he's doing really well.
Yeah. You got to give him his credit despite what's
Yeah,
happened.
Newcastle do have a great manager.
They do.
Eddie Howe has people have got to put respect on Eddie Howe's name. Look what he's brought Newcastle. He brought them back to the Champions League last season. Unfortunately, missed
Yeah.
out on European this season because Man now winning the FA Cup. But
Mm.
but now they haven't got competition
I
in.
reckon they'll do well. They played well again,
Yeah.
but we're gonna quickly move on. We've got about 8 minutes left. So Chelsea Crystal Palace.
Mandem
Don't see Eddie
FC
Nketiah.
versus Crystal Palace.
Don't see Eddie Nketiah.
Bro, all I'm gonna say is Mandem FC versus Crystal Palace
I think
because that's what Chelsea been called right now.
Well,
Chelsea.
I could call Chelsea the fucking money grabbing transfer business teammate. They have like a fucking talk. You know how much players have they got? And they
The thing
still
is,
like they're
the thing is that
buying.
I'm gonna
Hold on, this is a problem for me. This is a problem with Chelsea, man. They're getting all hyped up these signings, but they're like 20 million players, and you're spending like nearly 100 million players, and you don't play them. They badly.
Do
You
you know
haven't
what?
got Alcide
I will.
Fabregas.
I'll tell you what,
Mudryk is
Josh.
shit. Jackson is shit.
I will give him credit. I will give Chelsea credit for one thing. Now, Todd Bowley, right? He don't care about the club where they finish and all that, but he is
It's not
probably
bad business.
he is probably the greatest businessman that the Premier League has seen. Now, he has just sold a player who has played in the academy, not played professional football, right? He has just sold him to a club that Todd Bowley owns. He's just sold a player to himself for 17 million, just so Chelsea get that 17 million. He finds
He's
loopholes.
smart.
But anyway, on to the game. I just got to respect it, as from a business point of view. But Crystal Palace, I think they're going to be down there. I think they're going to be battling relegation. Eze,
Mm.
Well, I look forward to seeing. For me, I look forward to seeing Eddie Nketiah.
yeah,
See if he
yeah. I
becomes
hope
that
I hope he does well.
international.
He's
I,
done the opposite of Ian Wright. Ian Wright went from
Yeah.
Palace to Arsenal.
yeah,
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 he
yeah.
goes from
Yeah. But the
Arsenal to
fact is, I
Palace.
feel like with some talking about Eddie, let alone I feel like I feel like
I've been calling for Eddie Nketiah to go to Palace for years because he's that
I,
kind of
I
player.
feel I feel like our fam because obviously he went from Arsenal to Palace. Obviously, talk about the Eddie subject, right? I feel like half the fan base was happy he's gone to Palace and half like sad kind of thing. But I'm so glad he's gone because I feel
I'm
like
gonna
he
be
was not
gone.
good at
Yeah.
Arsenal. He was not good enough. He
Right.
wasn't,
So
and he even said in the video he's not, and him wasn't on levels like where he wanted to be. So
right, I'm going to
good
stop
luck
you
to
there
him. But
then,
yeah,
boys. And we're just going to finish this off with a little summary. Um, what was your team of the week? Not players, but your team of the week. So who do you think shined the most and had the best result out of anyone in this week?
Bournemouth. Bournemouth. With 3 minutes to go, they come back from 2-0 down to 3-2 up.
Yeah,
I think it's the only answer, really, isn't it?
yeah.
I'd say Bournemouth definitely the team of the week. The surprise, I'd say, if we're going to go for a surprise game, there wasn't actually any surprises. Now, if you look at it, and if you're going to put like an acca on, if you're going to put a bet on, the only one I probably wouldn't have bet on is Chelsea to draw against Palace. I would have bet on City to win. I would have bet on a draw.
Oh, yeah. No, to be honest,
No,
I was going to say Ipswich surprised me because I didn't expect them to get a result out of Fulham. With the Fulham players
people
have got,
underestimate us. They underestimate us. You don't come from League One to get into the Championship, get promoted in your first chance at the Championship, and just go down, right? Not without fighting. I'll go into it a little bit just before we end this. We've still got 4 minutes. We've got the third highest net spend in the world from a club that was in League One 2 years ago. If you would have told me that when we had Paul Lambert in charge in League One, in the space of 5 years, you will be in the Premier League and spent £100 million. And if you would have told me 3 years ago that 3 years later, you will sign at that time England's Player of the Year, Calvin Phillips. Now, to me, it's absolutely mental that we've spent the money we've spent.
Yeah,
We deserve to be where we are. I mean, I could speak about Ipswich all day. Absolutely,
yeah.
so
But
impressive.
that's the thing, though. But that's the thing, though. Like to survive in this league, this big boy league,
you have to
you
fight.
have to spend, you have to spend.
You
And
have to
I
fight.
I do think we've done enough. I do think that
I,
we've gone for it. We have.
I'm not saying you're going down. I'm saying it's going to be a fucking fight from like minute 1 to minute 90 from game
I've,
1 to game
I've
38.
got there's nothing in me that's saying, oh, we're gonna get 13th, 12th or whatever.
My
We're gonna be
prediction
battling
is
relegation. It's as simple as that.
Ipswich will survive by 2 points, finishing 17th.
And
Coming down to
I'd
last
rip your
day.
hand
That's
off.
what I think is
I'd rip your
happening.
hand off for that. I don't care where we finish. If it's above relegation zone, I don't care. I do not give two shits. We stay out, we stay out. But anyway, boys, it has been a lovely chat. That was our weekly
Yeah,
roundup. More to come. Plenty more to come.
definitely.